Yes, the new year. We are so filled with our aspirations and goals for the year, but sometimes the fresh start to the new year doesn't mean the start that we hoped for. And today I just wanted to talk about a realistic look at how my first week of 2025 has been and how I have been using my planners and journals so far. Honestly, it's been a pretty good week, but I just wanted to open up the conversation and talk about how our planners and journals might change over the year, and that's totally fine.
Hey, it's Joe. If you're wondering why I'm winded, it's because I'm going for a walk, trying to be healthier in 2025. And I thought, why not talk with you about how 2025 is going in terms of our planners and journals? Because it's been about a week now. It's the 8th or 9th, the time that you're watching this. And, lots of things have probably changed in, your setup, even though it's been a week. And maybe you're watching this a little bit later on. And it's normal to kind of change your journal setup and planning setup because, I don't know, the more that I step into this year, the more I realize that although I have all these lofty goals at the beginning of the year, when it actually turns to January 1st, I don't feel like I'm truly, I'm truly in it. Like, I feel like the new year starts for me in like mid-February when, the loftiness of my goals and the post-holiday vibes are all gone, and you can truly settle down and work towards what you really want to do, because I'm always very optimistic at the beginning of the year, but sometimes those things that we're optimistic about aren't even in line with what we want to accomplish. And so I thought, while I'm going on my walk and trying to normalize this new routine, I can talk to you about my planning and journaling setup. So I'm going to set up shop a little bit somewhere. Ooh, I don't know why I'm doing this in public. I'm going to find a table. We're turning around because there's people there. And I'll show you what the month, or not even the month, the past week has been like in my 2025 setup. Hello. Hi, I'm Job, and if you're new around here, we do a lot of journaling stuff, but in 2025, I'm trying to be a little bit more adventurous and creative with what I do on this channel. So I'm sorry if I sound a little bit winded, trying to get my steps in, my fitness in 2025, trying to work on myself a little bit more. But in terms of 2025, my setup has been, a lot more manageable. It's been 7 days, like I said in the introduction, and I thought I would walk you through how things are going. So let's start with our smallest notebook. I brought everything in here in my little bag, but this is the Plotter Mini 5. Things have been going great. I actually just put the new calendar in, and I've been keeping all of my tracking in here, like my goal tracking or habit tracking. I don't really do habit tracking because I always think, like, what is it truly for? Like, am I, like, what do I do with the data? And so I think this year I'm just going to track everything in here and then maybe make sense of the data later. It's like, track the data now and then figure out how to analyze it. But I'm tracking two things. If I close my Apple Watch rings, I bought my Apple Watch maybe 2 years ago, I think, to try and get a little bit more, not fit, but like to be more mindful of like my fitness. And one of my goals this year is to close my rings 100 times. So that might not be a lot for a lot of people, but for me, as a stationary boy, it's kind of hard. Like I don't really move that often, and I'm trying to move more. So I am tracking my Apple Watch rings here, and I'm just checking, like, did I close my ring right now? And I just, I'm just using pen My goal for tracking things is that I always like want to use a marker to track things, or like a special dot marker or special mad liner. And I realized that that's not really helpful for me because I don't bring that marker and then I don't track it and then I don't track it for a week and then I just fall off things. So I'm just using straight pen with paper and it's so much easier. I track my flossing with an F. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm tracking my flossing like as in teeth flossing, and my fitness levels through closing my Apple Watch rings here. And it's super simple, nothing extravagant. I've been liking it. And then since this is my everyday carry, I've used this multiple times just because I have some cards in here, like non-essential cards. It's just like stamp cards, some cash, my business cards, and I think I've made a little vision board for it. It'll be up on the Plotter website. I did a article for it. It should be up by the time that this is up. Yeah, I wrote a little like how to make a vision board for your mini and mini 5-size plotter. So this is so good. I'm surprised I've actually interacted with this a lot more because usually I just keep this in my pocket as like almost just like a wallet, but it's nice that I've, have been using it so far this year. So that's the first thing in my setup. I only have 4 notebooks to show you today, since those are my main setup. And then my other like kind of everyday carry, or like this is the journal that I probably interact with and touch the most. The word touch sounds weird here, but I touch this the most because I use it the most. It is my passport size traveler's notebook, as I've shown you in my Techo Kaigi, and it has 2 notebook inserts. This is the first one. This one's the second one. The second one is just a blank insert. It's like a special edition Mossberger one, but it's just blank paper inside, so it's nothing special. And then the one at the front, the blue cover, is my daily or weekly log. So I write in this daily. One of the goals this year is to continue forming better habits, or routines actually. I realize that I'm not a very routine-based person. Like when people say that their routine is off, I feel like I can't even say that because I have like a very loose routine, but like sometimes I wake up early, sometimes I wake up later, sometimes I wake up like just on the nick of time before starting work. And yeah, I want to rein that in a little bit. And so one of my routines that I'm trying to build in the morning is to write in my weekly insert each morning. Usually just takes like 5 to 10 minutes, and the spaces are tiny, so like you can fill them in pretty fast. I really like how fast it is to fill this in, and even if I get a week behind, which is a lot, like 7 days, it probably just takes like a good hour to fill it in. I have pretty small handwriting, so it still takes a little bit of time, but it's not by any means like a day-long process to catch up in here. It's really just like sit down and write, and I like it. I refer to this like a lot if I need to journal about things in my larger traveler's notebook. And so this has been going great. Today, at the time of filming this, it is actually Thursday, and this morning, as you can see, my routine building has still not really, I'm working on it, but I still haven't really filled in today. This, ideally, we're already at like lunchtime right now. This should be filled out already, so I'll probably do this right after. But yeah, the blank insert has nothing in it because it is just like a little overflow journal. And yeah, I don't feel anything like, I don't want to say like I feel like I'm behind or anything, but yeah, I don't feel anything about this insert. Like I'm just happy that it's in there and I don't feel obligated to fill it in, which is good. And then I just have I like to put my vision board at the beginning of every like insert that I use pretty regularly. And so since I use this daily, I just printed out my work vision board on here that I made for a work article. And this is still great. I did buy a new pen for this using some birthday gift cards that I got during my birthday, and so I'll probably open that at some point, but it hasn't arrived yet, so stay tuned for that. And then my third item is this traveler's notebook. This is regular size. This holds my daily journal and my monthly recap. Honestly, I don't feel anything about this journal right now. Like, maybe I should be a little bit more excited to fill it in, but I really don't. I don't really know. I'm at a crossroads. I've only filled it in for the first week or so, and so I'm like, we can change what we're using this for. And so, the lighting is changing. So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities with this one. It's not decorated right now, and so this one I'm like, okay, let me see how this week goes, and I'll figure out if I want to continue, if I want to add more things in it, or change the purpose. Like, what if I track, my flossing in here and my fitness? I don't know. We'll see. I will figure it out. But right now, it's just a short little recap of the day. So, like the first day of the year, it just says finish Squid Game 2. And then Thursday is a quiet day, shopper's run, and Uncle Sal's dinner. Like, it's just like a very short and sweet recap of the day. The nice thing is I don't feel like it's redundant to my weekly insert, and so I feel okay even if I continue with this. It just doesn't spark like a lot of joy, but I am enjoying just looking back and seeing like the little highlight from that day. And I don't know, it's almost like a form of gratitude journaling in a way as well. And then from my last setup, I think in the previous video that I mentioned about my 2025 planners and journals, I didn't include this, but I found this is like my original craft folder, like from 2015, so like 10 years ago. When I bought my first traveler's notebook, I was like, oh, I should probably use this. It's still like, it's pretty beat up, but it looks great. Like, I stamped it when I was in Seoul, and yeah, it's still going strong. I just have like stickers and printed out things in here, so I really like that addition to this notebook. And then I haven't really added anything else to the notebook, except for I have my daily journal insert in here. And let's see if I've actually journaled in here in the new year. Why can I not remember? I did, January 1st. So I'm actually like trying to use this insert a little bit more. I realized that at the beginning of the year, specifically like the first 3 days, I was really in a reflective mood. So I actually journaled in here up until January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, then the 6th. So it skips a little bit. But yeah, it's currently like the 9th right now, or 8th. Actually, no, it's the 9th, and it was pretty good. Like, there's days and weeks in the year where I won't even add a entry in my daily journal, because this is more for like fun memories, or like when I really want to like celebrate or remember something, I'll put it in my daily journal. But right now it's been semi-daily, which is great. And I made a little like, I don't know, I'm trying to print more photos of me in the photos, because I know I have an interesting relationship with my body image, and so I'm trying to normalize seeing myself more. And I think December Daily actually helped with that, with my goal of being more neutral about my body. I mean, I want to work on it, obviously, like I said earlier, with my like walking and physical activity, but like that's more for like mental health and just like general health. But in terms of like how I perceive my body and trying to accept myself more, and so including photos of what I look like now in this current body that I'm in has been helpful in trying to, I guess, like help with the body dysmorphia, to see the person that I actually am in like not just what I see in the mirror, but like what it looks like in a photograph. I don't know, maybe I'm being a little too deep about it, but I'm trying to be more deliberate about it. And so I made like a little photo booth strip here with my word of the year, which is shine. And then this is one thing that I've been wanting to show you guys. I got a new Jellycat. It's a sun. Since I guess like my word of the year is shine, it makes sense. Sunshine, the sun shining on my face, it all kind of works together. And so I chose the word shine because I want to shine more brightly as a person in 2025 and put myself out there a little bit more, because 2024 was kind of like the start of that, especially with showing my face on the YouTube channel and whatnot. But I want to like step into the light more and to be authentically me and present myself more to the world, because I've concealed myself and my identity for 9 years, and so it feels fitting that on this 10th year of my journey on Job's Journal and making journaling content and art and illustration and design, that I can fully lean into who I am now. Wow. And yeah, I've been enjoying this. I like how slim it is, and I just have a very simple charm here. It's my Capricorn pendant, actually. I bought a matching one for my sister. She's a Scorpio. This from Melanie Ald. It's a Vancouver-based jewelry studio, but it tarnished very well. I need to figure out how to clean like 925 sterling silver. But for now, I'm like, might as well use it as a charm. It's a very kind of bougie charm, actually, because that's kind of expensive, but at least I know I won't lose it. Okay, that's the third item. And then the fourth item is my plotter A5. This is my one and only planner for the year. I just put mink oil on it and leather conditioner, and this is the Horween leather, so like it feels so soft and I love it so much. But yeah, I'm loving this, and I am using it pretty much like how I normally use it, but I made a new vision board. This one's like a personal one, so I won't show you the full vision board just for privacy's sake, but I created my goals list here. I'm not going to show you that as well. And then in the Techo Kaigi, I said that I wanted to experiment using A5 plotter and this system for media journaling. And so I just set up a simple media log. It's really just like a table, and it's very simple. It just has title, the type of media, so if it's TV, series, or a movie, the date that I watched it, and then my rating out of 5. And I'm trying not to use any markers or stickers for this, because I just want to track, because again, if I don't have the right marker or something that I started with and then I fall behind, I'm never going to continue logging. And so I think I've realized finally that when I want to log something or like capture data, I just use pen and paper, because it looks beautiful at the beginning, but then when you fall off, it looks not great because you stopped logging the thing that you wanted to log. So I'm just using, my pen. And although it's bugging me that the stars are just hand drawn, I'm trying to think of it as a charming aspect to it. And then it goes into my monthly spread. And as you can see, the monthly is usually like for planning, but I don't know. I just started, it wasn't one of my goals this year, honestly. It kind of just happened. And I think this is kind of why I wanted to make this video. I didn't deliberately want to track my tarot reading. I just pull a card every evening to help me journal. It's just like a reflection card. It's almost like a prompt, basically. And I kind of just like think, how did my day go? And I pull a card, and then I kind of see, did I resonate with it? If not, what could it mean? And it's just a way to learn more about it. It's just, for me, it's like an introspection tool. It's not about like seeing into the future. But yeah, I ended up using this as a means to record my daily tarot card pull. And I enjoyed it so much that on Wednesday, which is yesterday, I actually ended up picking this up. It's the smallest tarot deck ever. It's so tiny. It's like, for reference, that's my palm. It's way smaller than a deck of cards. I'll show you what one little card looks like. It's that tiny. And yeah, I think I'm going to be more deliberate about bringing this when I travel, because I don't know, it's fun. It's a fun way to reflect. but I know that this is something that January Job really likes, but I don't know how good I will be in terms of keeping this routine up. But I think I've set my setup for success because I'm only filling in one little month box in my plotter, and this might change. Part of me is like, should I use my old Hobonichi weeks for this? But I'm still liking this system and I'm going to continue with it. And then the monthlies or the weekly schedule has been going great. It's pretty straightforward. It's just kind of what I said before. On the left-hand side of the spread, there's work tasks, and then on the right-hand side of the spread, it's my personal tasks. Also, I'm just proud of myself because there's people walking all around the park, and I'm still continuing. So, pat on the back for Job right now. But you can see this was the first week. It's very empty because not much happened in the first 2 days, and I didn't start using this until the first. I'm a firm believer that you should just use your planners in the start of the new year. I know people move in 2025 or like the year before, like, we're in the current year of 2025, but when planner season comes out, like in August, a lot of people jump straight into their planners, and I'm very personally not a fan of that because I like the novelty of starting a new planner on the first day of the year. It feels like the right way to like usher into the new year because things feel fresh and brand new. And yeah, there was a year that I think I set up like my traveler's notebook monthly and started using the December spread that it comes with. And by the time January came, I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel very fun and fresh. So there's something personal about me that I, enjoy using things at the beginning of the year, like when you're intended to use it. So not to knock anyone that, who's into their planners in like October. You do you, boo. Yeah, I've been enjoying this setup. One thing that morphed over this week and last week is that I started logging actually. I had my media log, which is more about the completion of TV shows and movies, but I've actually been writing down like a little area where it just says watched, and I just write what I watched that day. So like on Monday, I watched Golden Disc Award performances, which is like a K-pop TV performance thing, and then some vlogs. And I kind of like how I'm able to see some patterns in my viewing. I also started Only Murders in the Building season 3 last week, and we finished it, and now we're on season 4. I think it's my favorite TV show like ever. I think season 3 of that show is like one of my favorite seasons of TV. It's so good. So highly recommend that if you're looking for a TV show. And it's been going, I think, pretty well in terms of this current week. It looks pretty empty, but it's just enough space for me. When I need more space, I can always get a refill memo pad and just scribble on it. But right now it's good. There's really no entries in my different project folders, so project managers. This is my work one. Haven't added any sheets on it because haven't had any note taking come up. And then, for Job's journal, I made I guess for personal, I made a bingo card, which is, I guess, like kind of like a vision board, but it's a bingo card for life. So me and my friend Kat sat down and made bingo cards at the beginning of the year, I think probably on the 3rd of January, and we just wrote all the things that we want to do and accomplish this year. Like, have small things in here like watch a Broadway musical, go on a solo trip, close my Apple Watch rings 100 times, and there's bigger, loftier goals like 1K on Instagram and stuff. And I don't know if you're supposed to show this. I'm always torn like what your opinion is on this, but like, are you supposed to show your vision board and your bingo card and like your manifestations to people, or do you keep it private? Because I used to think like maybe you share with people so that they can help you accomplish your goals, but then I was also hearing from people that like maybe you should keep your goals secret because there's people that are not always acting in your best interest. But I don't know, I have a very like optimistic view in this because every time I tell people that I want to accomplish things, they kind of help and make that happen. So I'm still torn about this. Let me know what you think. It's the whole like move in silence thing, like only show people your results, move in silence. And I'm like, I don't know. It takes like a community to get things done. Like it's just like raising a kid, right? Like it takes a community, takes a group of people to make things happen. And so I don't know. I'm torn. But let me know what you think. I always want to be optimistic, and I think I have a very positive outlook on people, but I don't know. I don't think anyone's like actively looking to put people down, but you never know with the state of the world. But yeah, that's, I guess, one thing that I've been trying to think about. Like, do I share my goals with people more, or do I keep them in secret and work on it quietly? But yeah, let me know. I think that's it. I just have my old vision board from last year in here, and then I have my fastener case, which just it's a two-sided thing, so it comes on both ends of your plotter, and I just keep stickers, dot stickers, postage stamps in there, and yeah, I've been really liking this. Like ever since I moved back into the A5 size, I was using the Bible size. This just felt like returning home, because when I started planning in Plotter as my one planner, I was using A5, and last year was the first year that I decided to use Bible size for my one planner, and this just has so much more room, so I never feel like I need to like grab more paper. I can just use the refill that I have in here, and it feels good. And I also really enjoy having, such a professional looking planner, but also it be very practical. Also, I just, like I said earlier, just moisturize the leather, and it's so soft. I can't stop touching it. But yeah, those are my 4 planners and journals. They conveniently fit into, this is not the biggest bag. This is my Porter, like, bum bag, but I wear it kind of like a crossbody. But it's a fanny pack, basically, and it's like one of my favorite bags. I bought this again in, I think the Narita airport when I had a stopover, and I thought it was only, I didn't know the yen conversion was totally off from what I thought. So I thought this was like $20. Turns out, no, I thought it was $30 because I was like 300. Oh my gosh. I still laugh to this day, but I thank Pastro because the price of Porter has gone up. So yeah, this is my trusty kind of like more rugged looking on the go bag. But yeah, I think that's pretty much, what I've been up to this past week. I'm excited to see what a month from now will look like. I'll probably do another check-in with my setup then, because yeah, 1 month in is definitely different from 1 week in, and I'm curious to see again when we get to the mid-year, when we do a Techo Kaigi and reevaluate our planners and journals at the middle of the year, what things have changed, what have we added, and what we have decided to abandon. Again, it's totally normal to add and change things to your planner and journal setup. I'm under the assumption that, we all do this for fun and as a hobby, and so it doesn't matter if we add or change things. Whatever works for you and allows you to have fun is the right setup. Obviously, overconsumption and, trying to be mindful of what you buy is also very important, but I'm also very mindful that, this is our hobby. I was talking to friends this morning, and, some people online have messaged them about like, oh, I can't believe you use like 7 books or 8 books. And we were saying like, no one would bat an eye if, you were a handbag collector and you had like 9 to 20 bags, because in that community, that's, what's favored. Or like, if you collect watches, it's okay to have, multiple watches. But for some reason in planning and journaling, there's kind of like this stigma where, you just use one thing and it works and, it's perfect. But it's not how it is. It's a hobby. We love to try and change things, and hopefully we can do it in a way that, is sustainable to our finances, but also, we're not consuming too much. We can always trade. I've even talked to friends who, decided that they don't like this planner anymore, that, they're offering to give it to other people for free in the community, or trade and swap. And there's different creative ways to like try different planners and journals. And ultimately, you know, if it's not working for you, why continue? It's all about having fun and also, you know, feeling creative, but also feeling productive. So if something's not working for you, it's time to let it go. Be like Elsa and let it go. Okay. I'm going to continue my walk. It was nice chatting with you. I'll see you in the next one. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a walking emoji, or a tree emoji, or a notebook emoji. Either of the three. And I will see you in the next one. I love you. Bye-bye. Let's go. I'm going to go walking now. Okay. Walking. I can't believe I'm doing that. Okay, that's enough. We should go home. I wonder if the audio is still picking this up. Also, I wonder if I look cool and mysterious while walking around here. Maybe not. Huh. Okay, walk off the screen. Okay, now I have to pick up the camera.